which is an organization focused on election integrity, they submitted a complaint to the Georgia Secretary of State's office, which detailed the digital data of 242 people who were making visits to drop boxes in order to dump mail-in ballots. And according to their complaint, about 40% of these trips occurred sometime between the hours of midnight and 5 a.m. Here's specifically what part of their complaint said. From this, we have thus far developed precise patterns of life for 242 suspected ballot traffickers in Georgia and 202 traffickers in Arizona. According to the data, each trafficker went to an average of 23 ballot drop boxes. Now, specifically, according to documents which were reviewed by Breitbart News, what True the Vote did was that they spent several months collecting over 27 terabytes of geospatial cell phone data, as well as cell phone temporal data, between October 1st and November 6th of the year 2020 in specific areas of Georgia, Arizona, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, as well as Texas. And then specifically, the data that they were collecting included certain geofenced points of interest. Things like ballot drop box locations, UPS stores, and the addresses of NGOs, and so on. And then using the cell phone ping data, they were able to piece together the fact that several hundred people who were suspected to be ballot harvesters, they were making multiple trips to multiple drop box locations. And by the way, it is worth noting that unlike in California, the practice of ballot harvesting is illegal in the state of Georgia. And so, after gathering all this cell phone data, according to the documents, which were once again examined by Breitbart News, True the Vote then began to collect surveillance footage of the different drop box locations. And according to their documents, they eventually collected over 2 million minutes of video, which reportedly shows the same people going multiple times to the same drop box locations. Here's what one of their documents said in this particular regard, quote, "We are building out video stories and have compiled videos of individuals stuffing ballot drop boxes with stacks of ballots, individuals depositing ballots in multiple drop boxes, unauthorized coordination between government workers engaged in the exchange of ballots, and several other tranches of video that capture unusual patterns such as the wearing of gloves to deposit ballots, taking pictures of ballot deposits, etc." And now, based on their collection of evidence, the Georgia Secretary of State's office has officially opened their own investigation. Here is what Mr. Brad Raffensperger, who is the Georgia Secretary of State, here's what he said in the matter. "We do have some information, and we are going to investigate that. We did deploy drop boxes that were under 24/7 surveillance, and because they were, then that really, can indicate who dropped that information off, and we're really just going through that." Mr. Raffensperger then also confirmed to Just the News that he will likely seek subpoenas from the state election board in order to secure more evidence. Now, after this new investigation was announced, True the Vote released a statement saying this in part. After a year's worth of research and analysis, True the Vote submitted 3 official complaints to the Georgia Secretary of State's office regarding occurrences in the 2020 general and the 2021 runoff elections. As a result, on January 3rd, 2022, Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger announced a statewide investigation into ballot trafficking in Georgia. Shockingly, similar findings will soon be released to appropriate authorities in 5 additional states. And so it looks like we have quite a bit to look forward to in the coming weeks. Until then, if you would like to read more about this investigation,